got a refund. Now what? That is today's topic for the podcast, Money Matters with Hill Financial Group. I am, of course, Mike Hill, certified estate planner, financial planner right here in Midlothian, Texas. Today it's just me. No Casey because we're kind of doing a little bit of individual today. But thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing, like, tag, all the things, share, whatever. Send it to the kids for a gift in their email. I don't know. But today you got a refund. Now what? Okay. Yes, I know. There's been studies done that over 90% of people that get refunds spend it within 60 days. I get it. You get a refund. You don't go, yay, honey, we get to go put more money in a CD. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. So start with a little perspective. What I mean by that, yeah, the readers are coming on for this one. A tax refund means you more than likely paid more in taxes than you should have. Basically, you gave the IRS an interest-free loan for the last year. It's not free money, it's your money. Just remember that. So what I like to think of it as is this is money that we could have had in savings. This is money that we could have been putting into an IRA or Roth IRA. But how can this money be used most effectively? Again, when it comes to money, the question you should always ask is, are you working for your money or is your money working for you? I know it's a cliche, but this is how the rich think. They think, how can I get my money to work for me? Now, how do I go out and make more money? Before spending the refund, consider, do I have any high interest debt? What I mean by that is, do you have credit cards from Christmas? It's April. You might need to get those down. Do I have an emergency savings? I'm using Dave Ramsey's plan. You need 2 to 3 months at least of money in an account that you could get to like that. Hot water heaters blow up. Transmissions go out. Hail in Texas, for one, you're going to need a new roof eventually here in this state. So if you don't have an emergency fund, now you're having to dip into your IRA, which causes you taxes, which causes you penalties. Let's build that emergency fund up. I know that's not the nicest and the most fun thing to do, but those steps need to be made first. Am I on track of my long-term goals? By strengthening your emergency fund, it can add to that cushion. It's not your vacation fund. It's not the fund that you have. If you're working for a company that's had layoffs before, what would happen to you if you had a layoff? Well, I would dip into my 401k. That is 10% penalty unless it's a hardship. And then you're going to pay taxes on that money. The 401k is for retirement. We've done many podcasts on this. You can't just rely on Social Security being your only retirement income. Those days are behind you. So reduce your high interest debt. This is the easiest. If I got a credit card that I'm paying 25 to 27% on, that's like making 25 to 27% in the market. Get that thing paid off. Pay as much as that refund as you can towards that credit card. Again, you got to think of refunds, if not the government saying, here's a bonus check. It's your money. All they did was put it in a piggy bank and gave you zero interest on it. It's your money that you should have had. The perfect tax return to me is when maybe you pay in $1 on your tax return. That's a perfect tax return. Reduce your high interest debt. If it's not credit cards, maybe you have a loan. We'll talk about mortgages. Mortgages sometimes I think are good debt because that's debt that grows more than most of the times what your mortgage payment is in most cities. Lowering interest costs can free up cash in the future. So now if I get that credit card paid off, now I got $500-600 that I was making towards that payment that now I could put in my vacation fund. Now I could put in my fund. Consider saving or investing. That is what I do for a living, is help people invest. This could be long-term goals. I love putting money into a Roth IRA, especially if you got a refund. You don't need a write-off anymore like you get with a 401k or an IRA. A Roth IRA grows tax-free for the rest of your life. And just think about that if you're young. This is something you could do. You could also put it into a college savings plan for your kids, which also grows tax-free. Let's get the IRS back at their own game. Thank you for not paying any interest. Oh, yeah? Now I'm going to make interest on my money tax-free. Do you have any huge upcoming expenses? Do you have a kid going to college? Do you have daughters like I do? We've got 5. You may have to start planning for weddings and putting money aside. It's a lot easier. Do you have life insurance? Maybe this could do something that helps you. I'm rolling up the sleeves now because we're getting after it. So maybe you don't have any life insurance. Maybe we could use this as a couple of years of life insurance premiums to help cover your family if something was to happen to you. And by the way, when life insurance pays out, it's tax-free. I'm going to give you all these kind of ways to get back at the IRS for holding your money. Balancing responsibility with enjoyment. Maybe you got a big refund. I hope not. I know that sounds crazy. I hope not. But let's say you got $5,000 refund. Maybe put 2,500 into a Roth and do 2,500 towards that vacation. I will do a balancing act with you. Let's have a little fun, but let's also be the squirrel that puts a little bit in the tree. Let's not sit there and spend all of it and have nothing to show for the IRS keeping your money interest free. And then think about next year's tax planning. Maybe this year, you know you're going to get a big bonus at work. Maybe you're going to sell a property that has a lot of capital gains. Maybe you have a lot of stock and capital gains are going to be owed on it. You could also apply your refund towards next year's tax returns. I've done that before where I know next year I'm going to have a bigger year. Let's apply it to next year. Well, Mike, you're giving money to the IRS interest free again. Yes, but that's less payments I'm now going to make in 2026 or whatever that may be. Also, if you got a big refund, go to wherever you're getting your paycheck, talk to HR, lower the amount of withholding that's coming out of your check because they're obviously taking too much out and sending to the IRS. And last but not least, tie your refund to your financial plan. What is your financial plan? If you don't have one, this is a perfect opportunity to start one. Now you have a little bit of money to put towards some kind of retirement plan. Do you even have any idea of when you're going to retire? If so, what's your budget to live on when you retire? If those are two questions you cannot answer right off the bat, you need to go see a financial advisor. I know a good one right here in Midlothian, but you need to go see someone. You need to go talk with someone, establish a plan. Maybe the meeting will be free on the first meeting. Whatever it may be, that's where you need to go with your refund dollars. A refund could be a small step to something fun now, which I'm all for, or it could be a small step to a much bigger payout. I want you to look at as many tax-free vehicles, HSA, Roth IRA, life insurance, as much tax-free stuff as possible to put that refund in. Again, to get the IRS back at their own game. That's the whole name of the game here. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. So I know, and go out and buy a belt buckle with it, something like that. But what you want to do is you want to strive to make your money work for you, not for you to work for your money. And when you get a refund, that is not the government sending you their money. That all they did was hold your money for you and pay you no interest. Good. Now what's your plan to do for it? Because if that's the only way you're paying for vacations every year, I have news for you. You're living beyond your means. We need to be able to budget. We need to be able to put that money in a place that grows tax-free for you life. So that's all I had. It's a refund time. Hopefully you did get one. If you didn't, look the other way. Maybe adjust your tax withholding next year to make sure, or look at putting into a 401k or an IRA, which are tax deductible, not tax-free, if you didn't get a refund. So I'm Mike Hill with Hill Financial Group. This is Money Matters, and I hope you enjoy the podcast. Please like, share, post, all the things. We really enjoy it. We enjoy that every single week we're getting more and more subscribers. We're going to keep building up our base, and we're happy to do these videos for y'all every week. Take care and God bless.